gets the juices flowing like a rivalry game. And our matchup is bitter. It has barbs and shots thrown on and off the field over the years. Welcome to Husky Stadium, home of the Washington Huskies. As we'll see a squad from the Pac-12, the Washington State Cougars, taking on a team from the Big Ten, the Washington Huskies. Glad to have you with us for EA Sports College Football. I'm Reese Davis, David Pollack and Jesse Palmer with me in the booth. Guys, we are ready to tee it up. Washington State ready to kick off as it's time to get things started. Fielded in the end zone. It's Washington. He stopped at the 23, a couple yards short of where he would have been with a touchback. So the Washington Huskies offense is on the field for the first time today. Guys, every now and then you can take the emotion of rivalries for granted, but last year when the Huskies and Cougars got together, that was as dramatic as anything you could think of. A cathartic win for the Cougs, who sent UW off with an L.
This is a tremendous rivalry, the Apple Cup, and it looks a little bit different now that they're no longer conference opponents, but that doesn't mean they don't like each other any less, David. These two teams go at it. The fan bases dislike each other enormously, and we're expecting a great one today.
Well, and you always love it with the bragging rights, right? In the state of Washington, whoever wins this football game, you get to talk. Last year, Rodgers puts up a bunch of numbers, but it wasn't enough. Washington State got the dub. Big game, big matchup.
And I think they'll give him 2 on that one. 2nd and 8 coming up.
And what's the closest guy to the football, man? It's those defensive tackles, and those guards and centers have to work together. They got to get those guys and get some movement. They don't on this play, and the big fella eats. Nowhere to go. When you run into him, you usually meet the ground.
And I love the awareness by the wide receiver on that play because I'm not sure that route was supposed to be that deep. You got to wonder if the receiver decided maybe to adjust.
Oh, he's got some space. Just what this offense was looking for. Sets him up at the 26 with the first down.
Every offense wants to be able to run the ball and be physical, especially on first down. And you want to create 2nd and short, 3rd and short, or just get first downs like that run right there.
The give to the back. Powers forward, but stopped after a pickup of 2 to the 24. Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on 2nd down. Motion from the wide receiver. Out of the gun, they'll run it inside. And this one will be stopped for no gain. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Here comes the 7th play of this opening drive. They've moved it well, but now facing 3rd down. Rush is on him. A beautifully placed ball to the outside, and the toe drag for the big pickup.
Well, there's the trust this quarterback has in his guy, right? He knows he's going to give him an opportunity in critical down and distances. 3rd down.
Looking for the end zone. And he runs it in for the score. Touchdown, Husky.
The offense goes as he goes, so really no surprise on the opening drive. They keep feeding him the football. He showed you all of his ability on that TV.
And the extra point makes it 7-0. Kickoff unit is out there again, and this crowd is feeling themselves after that last drive. Here he comes from inside his own 5. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. The Cougars offense will have its first possession of the game. Guys, if you listen closely, I think you can hear the jawing going already between this quarterback and wide receiver. What a matchup, Jesse. It's going to be between those two.
You know, so many people have already been talking about this individual one-on-one matchup, David, and it's going to be happening out on an island all game long. Receiver's got speed, he's got game-breaking ability, catching the football, can climb the ladder. He's going up against one of the best shutdown corners in the game. I cannot wait to watch this.
Yeah, and he's got the speed to stay with him, man, the instincts, and he's been so great out wide in every game. This is a huge test. This is a Sunday test. 2 NFL guys going at it to see who's going to take home the prize.
On 3rd and long, try to convert through the air. He lobs one high down the left side. And that one's incomplete. They weren't just trying to move the chains. They were trying to move the scoreboard. Instead, it's 4th down. Washington State sends out the punt unit. They'll have to punt for the first time this afternoon. And the punt team able to sling him to the ground. The Huskies have it back, trying to make this defense bow down to Washington. Already a solid start to this one. Now back to work with this 7-0 lead. Not a whole lot of progress made there on the short run. After picking up a couple at 2nd and 8. Quarterback just flat and missed it. Incomplete.
Well, this defense knew coming in they were going to see some RPO and they were going to see some quick game. A nice job there taking the throw away from the quarterback.
After the 2nd down misfire, looking at a 3rd and 8. Looking downfield, it's Horton. Dumps it to the back. It's complete along the sidelines. It's a catch inbounds, and it's a 1st down. The Huskies come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Out of the gun, the inside give. Gets it past the marker. Really good job by everybody there. Well blocked, good run, and a 1st down.
1st down, you know you always want to establish the running game. How about this offense? Nothing fancy. Run the football, be physical, get a big game.
And the Huskies are moving quickly down the field. They'll give it to him again. He rolls all the way down the 5-yard line before they finally get him stopped.
But right away after picking up the 1st down, they go right back to their playmaker at running back. And I love the push they got up front, getting a hat on a hat, opening a huge hole in the back.
And you become so hard to defend when you can run the football successfully on 1st down. You're starting like that. Now what opens up? Play action. Now you're making me play pass and run. This offense, if they can create that run physicality, now it opens up everything else.
Pushes toward the goal line. Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Huskies.
And the running back gets his 2nd rushing touchdown of the game. You want to continue to feed this guy. You can tell he's got a nose for the end zone, knows how to get in there, knows how to make things happen.
And now they'll empty the backfield for the 2-point try. They'll go to the air. Here's a heat. Trying to get it away, and he cannot. The quarterback is sacked, and so it's a 2-point conversion attempt. He'll bring it out. It's Freeman. He's brought down at the 16. Would have been much better off to take the touchback. Here comes the Wazoo offense onto the field again. To say this has been a slow start is a bit of an understatement, and they really need to get it going here, Jesse.
That's right. The opponent, they're firing on all cylinders right out of the gate. Offensively, for this unit, they've been slow and struggling. They need an explosive play to wake themselves up.
Yeah, and it's just the 1st quarter, so it's not the end of the world. You've seen slow starts, but you got to continue to pick and pick and pick until you find that play or that scheme that you can use against this defense.
And works it to the 40-yard line. That'll be a 1st down. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. The Cougars, after exploding for that huge run, back to work. To the air on 1st down. Time running out, and he goes down at the 34. And how about this guy upholding that linebacker tradition of a Shaq Thompson or a Mason Foster?
And you think about those guys that can do a little bit of everything. They can play their run and be physical, but they have the athletic ability to play in coverage. Just versatile defenders.
Just about as basic as you can get and effective if you execute.
Well executed. QB, nice job putting the football out in front of his receiver where he can advance it.
3rd and long, trying to have a big completion here. He's going to come up a couple of yards short of the first down. Washington State sends the punt team onto the field. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. Going to make sure he doesn't get a return on this one as the punt bounces out of bounds. First snap of this drive will come from inside the 15 at their own 14-yard line. From the gun, they'll try to impose their running game. And he's able to shed one tackle and gets a pretty good pickup. The Huskies with myriad options after that big pickup on first down. Leaves it with the back. There he goes. That's the kind of play that can really get you going as they get it out to the 36.
And that is just an attitude run, running it right up the middle, right into the teeth of that defense.
Now from the 36-yard line, it's 1st and 10. From the gun, the running back looking for room. That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball. Time winding down in the quarter as they come to the line. Dropping back, it's Horton. Gonna take a shot. Reels it in and goes out of bounds on the left side after the huge gain. We've reached the break. It's Washington holding the lead. Man, that was an impressive and dominant first quarter. Let's take a look at the stats before we move on. Just about ready to get things started here in the second. We'll see if they continue to flex that muscle. So after the break, they'll go back to work. Handoff to the single back. Gets it past the first down marker and still running. And he's brought down after a nice gain. And the Huskies back to the line on first down. Let's see if they keep leaning on this running game. Running behind those pads, he gets a couple before he's stopped at the 18.
Man, it's really hard to control the running game if you don't control the line of scrimmage. And how about the defensive line doing a great job attacking those guys up front, not open up lanes to run through. Nice job just nullifying that run altogether.
Now facing a 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Fires to the wideout. Oh, they really could have used that catch there. Physical pass defense. It brings up a 4th down. And the field goal unit is on the field. The kicker will reach for a 36-yard attempt. Never a doubt. And that lead grows even bigger. We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
A pair of top 15 teams throwing haymakers today. Let's show you the very latest. Notre Dame is trailing right now, but they are not out of this. I remember Rocket Ismail wake up the echoes all by himself. Let's see if this group can come back. It's a touchdown game. They're trailing by 7 to Texas A&M. Any big developments in this one, we've got you covered with the best studio team in the business, gentlemen.
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us. Looking to throw on first down. Back open in the middle. And the defense settled in to stop that one for a short gain. A continual subplot since these two first squared off in 1900 is Washington State trying to prove it deserves the same respect and status as UW.
And I think oftentimes the great rivalries out west are forgotten in college football. This game between Washington and Washington State is absolutely fantastic, and I'm so happy that with conference realignment, they were able to keep this game on the schedule because it is always fun to watch.
It is fun, and it's for the Apple Cup, and here's the cool thing. These teams, they're not in the same conference anymore. They used to be for years, but this rivalry still lives because it still matters to the Washington and Washington State fans.
Brought down just short of the sticks on the screen pass.
And he didn't get a big gain. You want to call that play and probably want to get more yards, but you could tell that was super close from seriously busting loose. Nice job running the screen, getting the ball to your playmaker. If he could just make one more guy miss, that might have been huge.
Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Can you even imagine trying to operate in the midst of this purple rain on third down? He'll sneak it.
3rd and 1, everyone knows it's coming, but the quarterback sneak is so hard to stop. They just got to get 1 yard. Nice job by the offensive line.
Well, a really good push by his center on that last play, making it easy for his quarterback to just tuck the football, belly it, get low, and drive your legs.
And the Cougars are on the move. Going to the ground. They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple.
That's really worrisome if I'm the head coach watching my run game suffer the way it has early in this game. And that's why you're down by a lot of points right now. The only way you're going to change the scoreboard is if you're able to find a way to start running it. So if you can't do it with your running backs, you got to think about QB runs, jet sweeps. You got to find ways to have balance and be able to get it done on the ground.
On 3rd and long, he's going to have to throw for it. Got a man. It's Ellison. And a good job of coverage by that defense. Just a short pickup. Washington State will have to boot it away. They'll look to pin him deep. He'll field the punt and see what he can get. They'll get him corralled and down at about the 19-yard line. So they start this drive from inside their own 20 at the 19-yard line. Give to the running back. They knock him down after a gain of 3 to the 23.
That's a really nice play. It's impressive. Runs first down, the defense thinks you might be running the football. You still can line up. You can get some movement at the point of attack and find a little crease for your running back.
No chance to run, but still a solid pickup on that one.
Man, it's so important when you play QB. I got to know when to put some air on it, and I got to know when to rocket that thing in there. Work in the middle of the field. He knew he needed the rocket. Threw it in there. Great job, great catch.
The Huskies are at the line trying to move the sticks on 3rd and short. To the ground to try to move the chains. They bring him down, but not before he's able to pick up the first down.
And that's a nice 3rd down conversion for this offense. And I'll tell you what, the struggle for this offense has been stringing those first downs together. They're not in the top 50 in college football in first downs. They'll get one and they kind of stall. Let's see if they can put multiple first downs together. Get one of those long drives going.
Got stuffed on first down. It's 2nd and 10. The run from the shotgun. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
When a running back has had as much success as this guy's had so far, listen, defense has got to cue in. They got to cue into him. He's priority number 1, number 2, and number 3. That's a good start to maybe turning this defensive effort around.
Well, here's an interesting situation after that incompletion for the offense all of a sudden, because you've had success. You scored 2 touchdowns on your first 2 drives. You've got to be playing with a lot of confidence. Does that carry over and make you feel like going for it here on 4th down? You've got the playmakers. You've made some big plays early in this game. Field position would say you should punt it, but what does the head coach decide to do?
Gives it on the option. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. He'll take it himself. And they'll wrestle him to the ground after a short gain.
You know, I really like this QB running the football because I know he's got a lot of speed, but he's not the biggest guy in the world. So he's not going to be able to break a lot of tackles. You really got to do a good job of trying to scheme ways to get him out in more space.
Trying to move the sticks on 3rd down through the air. They make the stop just across the 30 at the 31. It's 4th down.
Good play call on defense. 3rd down in that situation, you're just playing a big zone. You want everybody having their eyes on the quarterback, playing in their areas, and you want them rallying to the football. As soon as that running back caught the ball, they all came streaming in. They were able to make the tackle and now set up 4th.
Washington State sends out the punt unit. He'll try to really get into this one. hauls it in and looking upfield. Coverage team gets the job done, and they'll mark him down at the 38-yard line. First play of the drive comes from the 38. They'll try the left side. They're now out across the 40, and he's out of bounds at the 42. After the productive first down play, it's 2nd and 6. Trying to impose their will with the run. Not enough for the first. And he's brought down after a nice gain.
Another good run. Man, he has been picking up yards in bunches today. Jesse showing off all the skills.
And he's showing no signs of slowing down, David. This guy just gets better as the game goes on. He is a beast.
The sweet feet keeping the play alive. Throwing on the run. And he bats it away. It falls incomplete. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. Try to make up for some of that lost ground on 2nd down. Back to pass, it's Horton. And it's incomplete, going for the massive explosive play instead. They're looking at a 3rd down. Trying to pick up a 1st down. On 3rd down, going up top. Gets it to him on the screen. 3rd down conversions are huge, and they've got one, and they're at the 35. Washington coming to the line with another 1st down. Looking downfield on 1st down. It's picked off, and they ruin the drive with a turnover. Got room on the return. The 20, the 10, touchdown Cougars! The defense putting points on the board.
How about the middle linebacker making a great play? He drops in his zone, eyes on the quarterback. He sees the quarterback throw the football, breaks on it perfectly, steps in front, and takes it all the way to the house.
They got the late touchdown on the board, now about to kick it away and hoping the defense can keep them from answering. And he takes this from inside the 5. And the return man's journey is stopped, but there is a flag on the play. So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. Now 7 defensive backs on the field getting ready for a passing down. Off the play fake on 1st down to throw. Caught over the middle. It's Bostic. And the tackle is made, but not before that completion gets them 30+.
Well, Reese, you and I were talking about this before the game. How is this defense going to be able to deal with all the speed they have offensively? You saw them just rip off a big play.
And, Jesse, now their head's spinning just a little bit. Give up a big chunk play, and it's right back at them. Got the quick pass. And he goes out of bounds after a nice pickup on that one. And the Huskies in a good spot here with 2nd and short.
You know, and that's a route this offense practices all week long. You really have to have great timing when you're throwing these out routes. There's nothing a defender can do on that one. Perfectly thrown, well caught. Nice job getting his feet picked.
How about this offense? They're rolling. They got a couple 1st downs together. Defense. Next, what's your response? What do you got? You got to make some adjustments here.
Back to throw, it's Horton. Going for it all. Touchdown, Washington! Snagged in the end zone to give them 6. No step back in week 3. They have been sharp as they extend the lead.
And coming into the game, you look at the stats and you say top 10 offense in scoring, so they better be able to create what? Explosive plays. Another explosive plays. They've been doing it all year long. Those plays are backbreakers. Defenses just can't contain this offense.
He'll bring it out. It's Freeman. That is a decision he will likely regret. He brings it out of the end zone, and he's knocked down at the 10. Waning seconds of the first half. Let's see just how aggressive they'll be. From the gun, they'll give it on the inside. Picks up the 1st down, still moving. Inside the 25, stopped at the 24. Clock will stop to move the chains. First half in the books. Time now to join Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Guys, in a rivalry filled with magical moments, even more here today between the Huskies and Cougars. And this linebacker has left his big old paw prints all over this first half. He's been clogging running lanes and forcing turnovers, and even when he's not doing something that shows up on the stat sheet, he's preventing that offense from doing so. A young man with all-American potential. I'm less of a citrus guy, fellas, more of a Honeycrisp fan. We'll see which team comes out on top in the Apple Cup.
Washington ready to kick off to start this second half. He'll bring it out. It's Freeman. And the coverage team gets the returner on the ground. This drive will commence from their own 11-yard line. Out of the chute, quick toss to the right. Got the completion, but nowhere to go as that defense reacted quickly. They've got them penned deep in their own end, and this crowd trying to help keep them there. Leaves it with the back. Finds a little bit of room, picks up 4 out to the 13.
Another tough run for this offense, and I think a big reason why they're down on the scoreboard right now is they just haven't been able to get this guy going. They've tried to give him the ball a lot. It just hasn't paid off, but you get the feeling, too, if they are going to crawl back in this one, they need him to break one off, and it just takes one play for this guy. Don't be impatient. You got to keep giving him the football.
Washington State sends the punt team onto the field. They've been busy out there to punt for the 5th time today. He'll field the punt. He gets a block. Really nice job all the way around. Got a few blocks, made a couple of moves, and a good return on that one before he's pushed out of bounds. And Washington is ready to go back on the attack. They reeled off a long touchdown drive the last time they had it. Much better field position this time around.
I like this guy as a running back because he can run between the tackles and he can also go outside. He can really do it all.
Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. Handoff from the gun. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender.
And, man, the big fellas up front, they don't get a lot of credit. They don't get talked about a lot unless it's negative, but they're the big component, man. They've got to get some push, to get some running lanes, get this running game going. They're the ones that make it go.
The Huskies are at the line looking to convert on 3rd and short. They'll try to bully their way for the first. He just needed a yard on 3rd down, and there just wasn't any room to pick it up.
It's hard to run on a defense that comes off the ball like that and runs to the football like that. Good luck. No holes anywhere.
They'll run for it. He's brought down, but it'll be enough for a first down.
And I've never met an offensive player who said, no, we don't want to go for our 4th and 1. 4th and 1 is a great situation for the offense. You got to get 1 yard. You practice it all the time. You got to be physical. Go out and get it. They did a good job going out and getting that 1 yard.
And the Huskies have put themselves in dire straits after that last play. It's 2nd and a mile. From the shotgun, they'll run it. It continues to be a long day as they are just swarming every time he gets the ball. The Huskies are way behind the sticks on this 3rd and forever. Unloads to the wideout. And the missed connection on 3rd down.
Well, this is a disappointing drive for the offense considering where this drive started in their opponent territory. Now you're 4th and long. You've got to be better throwing the football in those types of situations.
Oh, and the attempt is no good. And despite the missed field goal, the lead still at 16 points. First play of this drive comes from the 35-yard line. He'll do it himself. Not a whole lot of room there. 3 yards maybe, 2nd and 7. Inside 4 minutes to play here in the third. The handoff to Johnson. He showed off a few moves, but not enough to get away from all of those defenders as they stop him for a loss. You can feel and hear the purple rain all the way across Lake Washington. Third down coming. He'll off one deep down the left side. And they can't hook up on the big play, and that brings up a fourth down. Washington State will have to boot it away. They're up to a half dozen kicks today. Fields to punt and tries to help improve that field position. They'll get down and put a stop to the return at about the 28-yard line. Let's see if they can put together a drive starting from their own 28. Out of the shotgun, they go to the ground. And he has had a long day at the office, not to mention the backfield, as the defense has been all over him.
That back had absolutely nowhere to run the football. Actually, is he counting? I think he's counting to make sure there's only 11 guys on defense.
Out of the gun, the inside handoff to the running back. They keep feeding him in this running game, and the defense is having none of it. It's been that way all day. They've got to come up with a big play on this third and long. To throw, it's Horton. Throws to the wideout. It's caught downfield. He'll have enough for the first down, and they stop him at the 45. Washington has it and a fresh set of downs. The give on the option. Still on his feet at the 45. Couldn't ask for much more there. A first down, and they're down to the 42.
First down, physicality wins football games. Being able to run the football and create balance. And right here, just choose up another first down. Gives you another chance to maybe continue to run the football.
And I feel like this guy, too, is just an explosive play waiting to happen. His vision, his quickness, and he's got a burst. If you give this guy just a crease, he's going to hit it. And right now, he's doing some damage on this defense.
Finding an escape route. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. It'll be third and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Throws to the tight end. Picked off inside the 20, and they snuff out the threat. And they'll get him down after a solid return.
Not all DBs make the play at the end, right? They can bat the ball down, they can be in position, but they don't really secure the football. Great job by the DB securing the football and forcing the turnover.
He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there. Still a bit short of the first down. We've reached the break. Bow down to your leaders, Washington. And they are starting to pull away as we come to the end of the third quarter. Let's take a look at how we got here. Just about ready to go in the fourth, and we'll see if any drama can be mustered. It'll be second down as we open the final stanza. Leaves it with the running back. Dragged down, but they'll move the sticks for a first down.
We love to see this on offense. Early in drives, getting that kind of yardage keeps you ahead of the chains.
See if they can turn this drive into points. They've got it first and 10 at the 50. Wants to go up top on first down. Makes the grab.
You just get the feeling this defense is going to make it hard on them, right? They've got the lead, it's late, and they're going to try to tackle everybody in bounds. Offense is going to have to really work for this and be smart. You got to attack the sidelines. You got to throw first downs. You got to keep this thing moving vertically down the field.
It's caught. Turning it on. He's brought down, but he's got him inside the 10. First and goal from the 8. And that big gainer on the last one has him ready to go from inside the 10. He wants to throw it. Wide out trying to get it in. And he's going to take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Washington State.
And this QB's starting to do some work, man. The big explosive play in the passing game. You get inside the 10, you're thinking run. Everybody thinking run. You back it up with another pass, another great throw, and quickly this offense gets right to the end zone.
And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
Guys, let's take a look at what's happening in a great college football matchup. Auburn has the lead right now, but I'd hold off on that celebration over at Toomer's Corner for the moment. This one is not over. They're up by a field goal over South Alabama. Any big developments in this one, we've got you covered with the best studio team in the business. Gentlemen?
Thanks for the update on that one. Kevin, let us know when it goes final. He leaves it with his back. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play. They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. They'll leave it with him. And he never had a chance. Just stopped cold as soon as he got it. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. Not exactly the ideal situation for this offense. 3rd and long, backed up inside their 20. Grabbed over the middle. It's Williams. They stay aggressive and push their way out to the 33, and it's 1st down.
And you just get the feeling that this defense has to find a way to get off the field and get the football back at this juncture of the game, trailing late if they're going to win.
They'll get him down at the 48 after the 15-yard gain. This Washington offense moving quickly down the field.
It's a point in the game, I think, as a coaching staff where you really challenge your offensive line to go win the football game, right? We've got to lead late. We're going to run the football. And the defense and everybody in the stadium knows that's what's going to happen. Can we run the ball down their throats and impose our will? That's what this offense right now is trying to do.
The delay of game pushes the offense back. Here comes the offense on 1st down. Out of the gun, the inside handoff, looking for a crease. He was able to reach into his bag of tricks and use it to pick up a few extra yards. They're dealing with a 2nd and long.
They've got a lead here in the 4th quarter, and there's certainly still plenty of football to go, but this is where you'd love to control the flow of the game, right? You want to dictate everything to the defense, and you do that by running the football. That was a really nice run. This offensive line is firing off late. Looks like they're getting stronger as the game goes on, and that is a good sign for the offense.
The throw to the outside is complete. Breaks into the open. They'll pick up enough yardage for the 1st down. They've got it at the 30. Boy, the defense really needed to get off the field there, and they just couldn't do it, and it's a fresh set of downs.
Man, that hurts. When you're trailing late in the ball game, you need those stops, and you get them to 3rd down. You get them to those critical points. Now they get the 1st down. You don't have many left. You better get aggressive.
Solid pickup of 4 on 1st down. It's 2nd and 6. QB draw. Got the 1st down. Looking for more. Got it into the red zone. Dragged down at the 18-yard line. Maybe this will breathe a little life into this offense, which has been flatlined in the 2nd half. Here's 1st and 10. To the ground. He's got it again. Pulled down at the 11-yard line as they inch closer and closer to pay dirt. Going to work on 2nd down in the red zone, and still some ground to cover to pick up that 1st down. From the shotgun, the inside give. And this one will be stopped for no gain. Tight quarters deep in the red zone, but they can pick up a 1st down without scoring. 3rd down. They'll keep it on the ground to keep this clock moving. He's there to make the stop, but not before. He sets up this offense. 1st and goal from the 7. And the Huskies kept this drive moving on the ground. Now back to work. Keeping it on the ground on 1st and goal. He works his way all the way down to the 3, and the defense is reeling. Heftiness coming out on the goal line. They go right back to this guy on 2nd and goal. And he takes it in for a score. Touchdown, Huskies. They push the lead out here in the 4th quarter and close to getting back on track and going 2-1.
And that's a really nice drive by this offense. They didn't get too conservative. They put the drive together. Now, the biggest thing for me, now the other team has to score 2 touchdowns. And that's the goal you want. You always want to make it as hard as possible. This offense executing in the 4th quarter. Nice job.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. Wants to throw on 1st down. Fires it beautifully in on the crosser. And he's brought down after a nice gain. Washington State going quickly.
Offenses love the explosive plays through the air, pushing the ball down the field. And look at this. Sometimes it creates some momentum, and you want to capitalize. So you go get on the ball and get ready to run some no-huddle.
And the defense had that one well covered, just a short gain there. Plenty of work to do here on 2nd and long.
It's always interesting how people handle late game. Like, you know this game is over. There's not a lot to gain from it, but some people try to throw the ball deep and continue to make plays. They throw it short. The clock's running out, and there's not a lot to talk about that's going to be positive for this offense.
Looking to throw on 3rd. Fires to the right. Got his man downfield. Moving deeper into enemy territory. Move the chains. It's 1st down at the 27. He wants to throw it again. Under fire. Pass rush coming after the quarterback, and they get him at the 32. Clock's running, and they'll try to get to the line. Warp speed for 2nd down. Fires to the wideout. Working on the right. Touchdown, Cougars. Hauled that baby in and then strolled into the end zone for the score.
And this is always an interesting spot for me now because you're going to have to go for 2 regardless. I don't know if it's now or if it's later when you score, but at some point you're going to have to pull the trigger. So that's a you decision, but nice job by this offense getting the touchdown now to give yourself that opportunity to have a choice.
The Huskies have it back, trying to make this defense bow down to Washington. Okay, Jesse, this is a little bit of a tight spot. You'd love to be aggressive enough to get the 1st down, but you've got to take care of the ball first.
No doubt. I was going to say, ball security is at a premium. You cannot turn the football over at this point. The defense has 3 timeouts left, David, so probably conservative play calling here. You're expecting them to try to run to ice this game.
Conservative, I know they're going to be aggressive, but I also know that 1 1st down ends this football game.
What a good job to be able to pick up that kind of yardage when you're trying to finish off the game. Defense uses a timeout quickly, trying to get that ball back and preserve time for their offense. From the gun, leaves it on the inside with the back. That is just the kind of run you want when you're trying to close out a game. The quarterback takes a snap and takes a knee. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. The Huskies had that dog in them in this one, taking down the Cougs for the Apple Cup and the Governor's Trophy. That will put the wrap on things from here. For David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis. You've been watching another presentation of EA Sports College Football.